did stuff earlier today. Hello, everybody. It's TechStack here.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
So let me fire up the game here. Because...
What do we get? What do we get, Tech? What do we get?
more last night. It just works.
Oh.
Well, somewhat works. Still needs more work, but it's getting closer. And fire your comments back are basically what I was thinking along that line. Just to keep things moving forward. It's not delayed anymore.
Right.
Because like, I can start all this other stuff and make it so it's playable without that. So here it is. Here's the turbo furnace. Now, I understand the balance is probably way off right now, but that's okay. And there's little bugs like I can't shift click right, but that's easy.
You went with blaze powder?
With blaze powder, but look how fast it burns through it right now. But at the same time, boom, whole stack smelter.
Yeah, I could see a whole stack for.
It doesn't burn through a whole stack. It burns through about 5.
No, I'm saying a whole stack of it cooked for 5.
Yeah, and that's actually, any other fuel source in a normal furnace is what, 8 units? So like 8 coal would cook that entire stack.
Right.
See, the only thing that's different is wood materials, but I'll set that aside. You have coal blocks and the lava bucket.
Right. But look at this. If I try and put this in a slot and an ore, nothing should happen. Because it will only work with blaze powder.
Awesome.
So that means set up a blaze farm, right? Because you're gonna have a need for it, right? The other thing I want to do, and I haven't tested this at all, so this might even crash the game right now. So I want to put a hopper over.
Coal blocks to it as well.
Coal blocks.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So it takes the entire coal block and smelts that, just same as the blaze rod. So you have 2 different types of fuel source.
You want to do coal blocks? But then you don't have to fight blazes.
Well, I'm saying if somebody doesn't want to fight blazes or has it on peaceful mode, it gives them the other option.
Didn't think about peaceful mode.
Well, I know, but it's a lot more expensive, straight up, because smelting a coal block versus a blaze rod.
You're just trying to stay out the nether. No, I'm with Tech. Blaze.
No. I'm just saying for the people that don't play on Monster Mode. I play on Monster Mode.
And this isn't the mod for them.
So the part of the reason that I've wanted it to be blaze powder is I see blaze powder as being able to be something that's hotter, and that makes sense that we would use that in the mod to smelt the T2, the Tech 2 ores. Hey, Enderman.
Hey, Enderman.
Which is why I'm thinking, it doesn't make sense that it could burn wood or planks or coal or anything like that because it's not hot enough.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Enderman is in here. Hi, Enderman.
But I even got the animations working for the GUI.
Yeah, it looks good.
Oh. Oh, my eyeball. So I went to the eye doctor the other day. You probably guys have heard me saying something about my eye. She gave me this cream that the Walgreens in town was out of, and they had to order it. We went back the next day. They didn't have it still. They finally had it today, and I went to the doctor on Monday. And I'm supposed to go back tomorrow after being 5 days in on this stuff, and just started taking it today. It's a cream I'm putting in my eye, and when I blink, it's like everything's blurry instantly. Oh, it wore off in about 20 minutes, that effect, but super annoying during that time. Didn't hurt or anything, which was kind of surprising. I figured it'd sting a little bit.
Yeah, art burn is not fun.
So I think this is... The animations are all good. I need to do the shift clicking piece. Let's focus on that, I guess, next. Because it's already annoying me. So it's going to be in the container, probably. Merge stacks, yeah, that's it. This would be 3.
You're gonna make it so that the front of it doesn't look like it's on top, right?
No. I suppose. There we go. You can shift click into that one, which is still wrong, but that's okay. Blaze powder into there, get that out of there, good. Shift clicking out works. Oh, furnace, did I spell something wrong somewhere?
It's slightly more than 5 seconds, Enderman.
But you're burning blaze powder pretty fast. And like I said, it's not bounced yet. I was kind of half expecting someone in this channel, not trying to say a specific person, but somebody, I figured somebody would be like, wow, they're going through it quick. But nobody did, so I might up it. It doesn't feel like enough because no one's complaining. Maybe it makes sense to do 8, and then a whole stack of blaze powder will do 4.
All right, now, Greg.
Not 4. It would do 8 stacks, which is a lot. All right, a whole stack of blaze powder, and what? Blaze powder is... Do I have a... I don't think that I do.
32 blaze rods for it.
What do I have a crusher recipe for? I don't think I do. No. And I don't think I want to. Because there's other mods that you can recombine them back. And they take the 2 that you would normally get from crafting.
Well, the only thing, if you're going to add it, you add it where it just only gives you the 2.
Right. So it'd just be like the basic crafting recipe.
Yeah. It just does it automatically for you.
That's true, because then you could set up processing between a blaze farm, spit them right through the crusher, and then right into the furnace.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Guess what else is there in this GUI that's kind of off? I need the slots to be read-only. Is there a slot that I have set up for that? I hear ya. But it's because it's OP is why I'm doing it, right? So if you played normal Minecraft, you wouldn't be able to smelt a whole stack with one furnace that fast. So I'm trying to make sure I'm offsetting the cost of it, or the speed of it, with some extra cost. Somewhere in here I have a slot handler and I don't see it, but I know it's here somewhere. Inventory. Yep. Slot output only. That's perfect. That's exactly what I want it to be. So then in my container, which one's the output slot? This one. Okay, so then I do this. And I can't shift click into it anymore because it's not a valid slot. Cool. Then I need to do a slot for blaze powder. Slot blaze powder. What if you had 64 furnaces when this mod comes out? I'll send you a screenshot. I'll set up 64 furnaces and they'll be the equivalent to your super furnace. Right, but that's more cobble you have to spend. I get what you're saying.
So have we thought about a price on making this thing?
Not yet. I assume somewhere in the recipe it'll be steel if we're going to keep this type of texture because it looks like a steel block a lot.
And we're also going to throw in a turbo.
That makes sense for like a blower on it or something.
Yeah. Or a few turbos.
Cobble over blaze rods. Stack.get dot is empty. So if it is not empty, and if stack.get item equals items.blaze powder, then and only then we will return true.
Remember what it is.
So we'll do this. And it should be the slot. How rare is steel? Steel is iron and coal ground through the crusher, mixed together and resmelted. So not rare.
As common as iron.
How does a normal furnace behave? With it automatically goes there first in priority. So let's look at the container for a furnace. Container furnace. So one's just a regular slot, the other one's a furnace fuel, and the other one's a furnace output. Sounds similar to what I'm doing. But the shift click, transfer stacks and slot, is looking to see if it's a furnace smeltable item or not and putting it in. If it is, okay. So they're actually doing it down here. I can also just say not blaze powder, don't go there. That works better. So I just copy that. So slot not blaze powder. Same thing, and then I just say with an exclamation point, not there, right there, boom, good to go. And put it here. Save. Try and shift click, it goes in the right spot now. Anything else will go into that first one, which is probably okay. Let's see if I can fix it even more though. Can smelt. Yeah, there's no easy way I could do this without making a static method that takes in if it's a stack and all that junk, basically, that's not empty, that's furnace smelting result is returned from trying to smelt that item, blah 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 blah. And I actually need to create my own smelting recipe list. So let's see if I can take this class, which is under craftings, item crafting. So let's create a package, I guess. New package, please. Dot crafting. Let's create a new class. The new class is going to be Turbo Furnace Recipes, and it's going to be based off the superclass Furnace Recipes. Finish. Control Shift O. There we go. And we need to implement something. Why are you not giving me a hotfix? Must define explicit constructor, okay. Right, because they got a... This is super construction furniture recipes, it's not visible. Fine. Should do what we're after, and this is really where we need to change things. So we're gonna say not blocks, but mod blocks. Dot bleak whatever or Magentia, and we get to create an item for that. That is the Magentia ingot. So mod items dot Magentia ingot. There we go. And then we just get rid of all this by commenting it out for now. And then we take Turbo Furnace Recipes over here, and we say a new method. We're gonna return an item stack from this. I'm going to take an item stack, we're going to return an item stack. So private item stack Turbo Furnace Recipes takes an item stack input, and then we return item stack. Let's create an item stack. So item stack is equals Turbo Furnace Recipes recipes dot instance dot get smelting result from the input. Okay. I'm just going to return the IS on that. Check turbo furnace recipes. If item stack dot if item dot is empty, so it didn't find anything in the forged vanilla stuff. We're gonna do the check ourselves if I can type this thing right, or that particular slot in the furnace, and we're going to return that back to the item stack itself so that the rest of the code runs as normal. And then we need one more place where that to do is at. To do. Nope. Nope. Yes.
It's quite far out there.
So if this method works, I will probably be making other things simpler in my code as well at some point. Like the crusher right now, it's kind of a lot of big if statements to add to say what it should spit out when you put something in it. I might change it over to using some type of recipe system like this is. It's very straightforward. And then I can reuse that code in other places if the T2 machines do the same thing or whatever. So let's get some magenta ore.
Found a woodland mansion.
Cool. It's trying to smelt it.
Let me go ahead and wait for you guys to raid it with me, or you want me to go ahead and raid it?
Well, it's up to you. I know they can be kind of tough. Yes! We can smelt the T2 ores. Well, magenta, but the other ones will be super easy for me to add now. Awesome. So let's get the... Let's also change the XP given to 1.5, because why not? And citronite. We'll smelt down into citronite ingot. So the xerium lump, ingot, pebble, iridonium. And yeah, iridonium. Oops. Iridonium ingot. Lemonite. Yeah, steel's already in. So everything else should be covered. Because everything else is like a pebble or a dust or whatever. So I probably need to restart the game now. Oops.
All right, I'm back.
That was bad.
Are we back yet or no?
I need to print me out some fake certification document that says, you know, Fiery's name's dropped for now and ever be known as back, or hold it up every time you come back.
From henceday forth, this man shall be known as back.
Man previously known as Fiery shall be no more. He's half the man he used to be. He's just the back half. Okay, so we've got iridonium. Oops, that I dropped on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so let's smelt some magentia. Are you watching, Fiery? Look, it's gonna smelt it.
I'm
I got
watching.
it. I got it working.
And crash. No.
I've already taken it out. You're really delayed. I should be really evil and make it smelt one of my ores. Sorry, too hot. Some magentias, that's good. The lemonite. Crimsonite I don't think actually smelts yet, but doesn't smelt. Because that's one that's going to drop an ore. Or
Right, it's
like
gonna
a
be
dust or
like
whatever.
redstone.
Citronite will smelt. The unobtainium should not smelt. Well, I mean, what happens in vanilla if you put a diamond ore in? Does it give you diamonds in a normal furnace?
Yes.
Does it really?
Yeah.
That's crazy talk. Why would they do that? Huh.
You're smelting the ore around it, and that's what you get.
I suppose. I mean, we could do the same.
Oh, we technically are.
Well, it's just like tinkers.
Okay, I'll add them. What about redstone, though? You get the dust out of that? Oh, what? Insanity, I say. Does it give you more than one or just one? Just one. Ouch. Ouch. Why would anyone ever do that? Redstone, you usually get 2 or 3.
Because they don't in Minecraft, bro.
Yeah, I guess. Because you'd have to have Silk Touch to get it even. Okay, I'm gonna try Lapis, because why not?
Yeah, they really wouldn't Minecraft. That's the case. I mean, think about it. Number one, they're using a Silk Touch pickaxe on a piece of redstone.
Right. Well, I mean, I've done that before, not trying to pick it up or mine it. And I've also done it in cases where I purposely Silk Touched it and then put it on the ground and took my Fortune 3 out and Fortune 3 the whole stack. It was all right together, right? That way I don't have to risk carrying my Fortune pick with me.
I suppose.
Do you even Minecraft, bro? Okay, so we've got those. We need to make that unobtainium one then. Okay. That's really crappy recipes, though. I mean... Unobtainium. It's good that it's only one, because that makes it possible for me to do this, because we're smelting the whole stack, and if it was more than one per, I'd have to give you 2 or 3 stacks, right?
Right.
Unobtainium gem. Machine azurium. Azurium lump. Pebble, crimsonite pebble. restart though for it to take effect. That's fine. Then I probably should go in survival
Then test it.
and try and break these with a pick, but I don't think I can break them with a pick, can I? Break them with the whatever it's called, continuous miner. Because they should drop the gems and the pebbles and the lumps, not the ore.
Right.
Crimsonite, please.
And Enderman's forgetting one point, you see. His stack of furnaces will need a stack of charcoal or coal in order to burn the same amount of fuel that we will be using with one furnace. So that's still more inefficient.
You would need a stack of fuel to burn the same amount of stuff that we're gonna burn.
Because he said he's gonna set up 64 furnaces when the mod comes out and send you a screenshot.
Oh, of these furnaces. Ouch. Yeah, that would be
No,
up.
of the original ones, I'm guessing.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's all working.
And he says it'll equal out to be a super furnace. No, it won't.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to run around trying to place all that crap in and everything.
Right.
Plus the amount of space it's gonna take. 1, 2.
Plus,
3,
then you have to put one in each, furnace, and then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super furnace all the way.
Turbo furnace fiery. Are we gonna make this a normal crafting recipe, or are we gonna make this a assembly table recipe?
I think assembly.
The main reason I asked the question is it changes what level you can get it at, really. And, like, what your progression in the game is, I should say. Oh yeah, I must have already done this. Nice. Nice! Love it. It gets you the gems and the pebbles and the lumps instead of the ore for those that it should. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay, so let's try diamond pickaxe. And let's try creative. Or survival. As the sun's
Yeah, you'll
rising.
definitely break them then.
Wonder how long we need to wait before we call it unbreakable.
About as long as Bedrock.
You mean forever?
I never said forever. You can break Bedrock, just the healing powers is a lot greater on it.
No, you literally can't break it. It's impossible. The hardness is set to -1. Now you can break it with explosives, but you can't break it with a pickaxe. You just have to have.
Break it with explosives.
I've seen the videos, Fiery. It's an explosion that's so powerful that your computer basically locks up and hates you for about 5 minutes. What calculates it? But it's possible. It was like Mumbo or somebody.
There's been quite a few. Your computer says, "Oh, screw it, just delete this block. Everything will be happy."
Huh.
And then I've seen the same. It might have been the same person, same video. I don't know. He created a world out of glass and detonated the same explosion in that area, and it just created this massive dome of
I
cleared
saw
blocks
that.
inside.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think those are probably good. So let's do one more thing. Let's enchant me efficiency 5. And then let's game mode 0 or 1. I'm going too fast. My fingers can't keep up with my brain. Diamond blocks. Oh wait, I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. You guys know how tall the beacon pyramid thing has to be? Is it 4 or 3 layers?
Look in the GUI for the beacon.
Then I'd have to place it down. Oops, that's not a beacon. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot of blocks. Talk about me being expensive and things. Jeez. Just look at vanilla.
What, you, Greg, be expensive? I mean, come on.
I'm not Greg. Come on.
Sure you aren't Tech Greg.
I'm not changing the vanilla stick recipes, okay? Don't get on my case about being Greg. I'm not Greg. Making things expensive that are OP so that I feel that I'm not just making the game a pushover. Not changing the core game itself. This is what Greg does. Oh, I can't even do it with a block. Come on. Diamond. Jeez. I want haste 2, please. Yeah, let's see if I can break them now. Efficiency 5, haste 2. I could break it.
Not good.
I was in creative still and I punched it.
Yeah, not happening.
Make sure I got haste 2, yep. Yeah, considering how fast I can break that sandstone, these are not gonna break. Because it's insta-mine.
Good.
Oh, that's so
And
fun.
if they do, they're going to be working on it pretty long.
Yeah, I suppose if you can actually break it after I sat there that long with that fast of a pick, fine. Have the stupid block.
I could just give it to them.
Okay. While I was setting this up, I realized that this is probably a thing, and I don't know if that's a good thing. Breaking tile entities. Don't get that near your base. I also need to set up the turbo furnaces tile entity with MBT data so it saves its inventory and all that happy stuff. So let's look at my crusher, sure. And there it is, inventory. Hey, Gazer.
Hello. Hi, Gazer.
Hey, Gazer.
So that's the right. Right.
It's going.
Okay, so that sets that tag, and then we need to read it.
Did we ever check to see if somebody not trusted on FTB utilities could use the continuous miner to break blocks?
I thought we
I'll
did.
say yes, I think you guys did.
Well, I'm only asking because of what you just showed me.
Right, right. I think we did because it's... I'll verify it, but I think it's going through the same block break utility that I use, and that's set up to call the event that Forge Utilities or FTB Utilities uses. I'll check. As soon as I find it, there it is. Continuous miner. Yeah, it's using the utility for block breaking.
Okay, just check.
And that block break utility creates the event for block breaking. All good. Okay, that should save the inventory piece of it, and then we need to do these two variables here. Bink, bink. Going to get an integer. Oops. Let's call it that name. Equals. There we go. And we need to save those as well. We're doing that before the inventory list, so we need to do it before here. And set integer probably. Yep. And pass the value. Perfect. So now I get one of those turbo furnaces again and do this. Can't put anything else in it. Great. Blaze. Put some magenta in there. Let it cook up so it gets into this slot over here, and then we'll put something in the top slot again. So all three slots are saved. And we'll close and restart Minecraft, and all three of those should be in there. If I did it right. Cool. The other thing, let me put down a normal furnace. I think when you break a furnace, even in creative, with stuff in it, you get it. But in my block, you don't yet. So we need to, on block break, drop the items. Let's see. There we go. And turbo furnace, where are you? Bingo, you're probably gonna error for me. Yep. You start Minecraft. So remember me telling you guys before that the pretzel rocks thing, when I get into it, it always says a message at the top of the screen. It's usually something encouraging. Today's message is, you send us into orbit more than Falcon Heavy. Just perfect, because I loved watching that thing go up. That was cool. I was geeking out big time. Okay, so now if I get all those ores again, oops, ore, blaze. Boop, boop. Need to put a name in this, don't I? Top, this turbo furnace. So I think when you look at a normal furnace, yeah, it says furnace at the top. Okay, and punch it, and there's all the stuff. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Guess that name at the top. Next. Turbo furnace. Actually, look how the furnace does it. Beauty furnace. Assuming it's in the foreground layer, font renderer. Display name, get display name. Drawing both? This is kind of odd to me. The unformatted text. They're not two different colors. Let's see what it does. Tile turbo furnace. An inventory player. We're not gonna bother with that one. We'll just do that. Oh, okay. So we can set her up. Turbo furnace. Yes, terminate, fine, don't care. New text component. String. I think after this, probably one of the next big things is making the explosive not break that stone in that world. And then any other way that we can think of that we can get those blocks without using the continuous miner, basically.
Dynamite.
Okay. Turbo furnace. I suppose I should change the top texture of this thing, huh? Is that facing in direction? It is. Let's change its overall texture too. Resources, assets, models. No block models. Turbo furnace. That is the texture for all sides. What's something that's different? It'd be my conveyor. Would have difference for each side. Are you asking how many downloads I have? That's a good question. I haven't looked in a few days. I shall check. It is up to 2,893. And if I look at dependents, there is one mod pack that is using the mod called Lots of Work. He's mentioned it. I'm assuming that's my mod he's mentioning. It says heavy machinery, you can work like in reality. He's got my mod listed somewhere in this mod list too. But it's only got 19 downloads for that pack, so better than nothing though. So the front is going to be this. The back and the sides and the top. Is there a bottom texture? Really? Bottom. Assuming that's how it'd be. And we'll put that in there for now. We'll need to get the steel blocks. Where's steel block? Machine stone, bleak stone, okay. Oh, it's just called steel block. So its top will be the steel block texture, its front will be the turbo furnace, its side will be the steel block texture, its back will still be the steel block texture, and its bottom will be the steel block texture. So original. Okay. And F3T. So it does. I also probably should make it so that there's a what? I am looking north. It's facing east. What? How did that make it go upside down? That makes no sense at all to me. Eh?
What, was it upside down on the original?
No. Well, unless it was the backside that I was looking at. I mean, they're all upside down. Every direction. Machine mod block direction. Ah, there's the problem, I bet. It's me being a derpity derp. Which is machine mod front flipped. Which has the UV of the north side all funky a bit. East side. This side. Front is north. Okay, let's copy it. Not flipped. Of course it goes to the bottom. Let's get rid of this UV stuff because I think that's probably what's flipping it upside down. Okay, so down, 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 up, 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 north, north. Okay. It's going to block. And direction normal, I guess. We'll say not flipped. And then we can do direction normal. F3T. This will probably make it not be upside down, but it might still be off to the left instead of in the correct orientation when I expect it to be in. Okay, so it's not upside down. It is off to the left still. So that tells me maybe I need to look at the model block state itself. Turbo furnace, where are you? So it's facing north. Let's not give it any rotation. It's facing west. So this should be the 91, I think. Let's make this with a 180. It's a furnace, Gazer, a turbo furnace. It'll smelt an entire stack at a time. And it only uses blaze powder for its fuel. It's what you'll need to smelt the tier 2 ores. I'm not going to add a vanilla smelting recipe, so you can't smelt them in a furnace. You have to get this. There we go. Dang, it's almost like I know what I'm doing sometimes.
Wait, you do know what you're doing?
On rare occasion. I've messed up enough that I know what my mistake is when I do it again. Okay, now the blast stuff. I think the easiest thing to do that is to look at the block itself. This one. And set its blast resistance. This dot blast. No? resistance. Resistance to explosions. Okay, and we'll just do F3. That is not the right thing I wanted to do. This one. Do a call hierarchy, and we'll see where it's called for bedrock. Register block. Bedrock. Yeah, resistance is set to that. So if you can get an explosion that's bigger than a resistance of 6 million, bedrock will break. It's a pretty dang big explosion though. Actually, let's do one tester. So this is Azurium. I just saved that in Azurium. But before I actually make that active, let's set down some TNT here. Flint and steel, light that sucker off. Make sure the stuff blows up. I think it will. Like, gone. Nothing left of it. No drops even, except for that one. Okay. Fair enough. Just one TNT, dude. Why didn't it drop anything? Surprised. Okay, so it blows up. So let's change all these in all these different ores. Now wait a minute. Am I not setting their hardness? Oh, set unbreakable. I didn't see it there. Yeah, they're all set in hard, unbreakable. Which is really going to just set the hardness, yeah, to -1. Okay, so let's restart Minecraft so that blast resistance takes effect. We'll place down a bunch of ores. Maybe we'll just go to that dimension, try and blow it up. We'll place down some drilled stone with my explosive pack stone, see what it does. I think I'm taking into consideration the blast resistance of the block itself. So it might fix both at the same time is what I'm getting at. And then at that point, I think I need to just like take a step back and consider what else we need to do before we throw it on the server.
To which there really isn't that much, I don't think.
I guess some more blueprint stuff. You know, take out those ones that we aren't gonna have in for this release at least.
Right.
I need to do that for bleak stone too, don't I? Dang, and the dirt. Okay, I need to make 2 changes. So I need to set this blast resistance on both of those. Dang it. Bleak stone.
But if you can't get the ore, then you really can't get the ore. That's
Right.
the main thing that we're going after, though.
Right, right. And it's not that you can't get it, it's that you have to get it the way we let you get it. That's really the main thing.
Ugh. So I need to put cactus down.
Really? 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, 16. That's be enough. Not 116. Stuck in half. Quarter.
TNT. Flint and steel. Let's pop down one in the middle here. Light her off, see what happens. None of them broke. Awesome. Let's make sure we've got them all. We'll light one there. One here.
How about the wither effect if it's hitting it?
That's a good point. I'm gonna test that. Maybe spawn him in a cube of them.
Yeah.
Do some drilled stone to our explosive stuff.
You might also want to try pushing blocks inside of them.
Pushing blocks inside of them. You mean like moving them around the world with a piston?
Yeah, like pushing him inside where the wither hitbox is.
Oh.
Because if he goes off and he goes ouch, sometimes it breaks blocks.
Okay. Nothing there from the explosive pack drilled stone.
That was quite odd.
I should be able to just do this though too, shouldn't I? Just spawn him right here and then his initial explosion usually blasts the world pretty good. Oops.
I don't know if that's the same effect though. And you might want to cage him.
I want to see what he does first after this initial explosion. Okay, good. So you're saying I need to piston him in somehow?
Yep.
It's hard to do.
You just kind of box them in and just have a piston underneath.
Look.
Pushing up.
He broke him. It's his blue ones that are breaking him, I bet. The blue ones have a special ability to break blocks. Yeah, he's definitely breaking them. It's right there, he just broke more. So his initial blast doesn't, but after that it does. I mean, if you're gonna try and spawn another wither in there, I don't know that it's really worth me trying to fix that. Because you gotta fight him if you spawn him. He's gonna kill you.
But the main thing is you can stick them in a minecart and go through a mine blast with them.
But you can't control where he shoots. He's just wherever he randomly shoots off to, right?
Yeah, but if it comes under the... if that explosion comes up off of the initial explosion as well, if he's getting hurt.
I guess what I'm saying is you can't specifically target the ores with it. It's just whatever random direction he happens to shoot, or if you trap him like you're saying, he'll explode, but... Let me see if these even push it. Bet they will, because they're not tile entities. That's the main thing it tries not to push. Oh, and of course I didn't put it close enough. Oh, it doesn't push him. You can't push any blocks into him of the world blocks there then. Huh, they must use hardness and stuff too. He can't break bedrock, but he's breaking this. This is set to the same hardness as bedrock.
But the explosion might be different. Did I just hear a monster go under my bed?
Did you just say a monster went under your bed?
When Fiery sneezed.
Oh.
The furnace
That was
kicked
Tech,
out.
actually.
Oh, I didn't mute myself in time? Oh, sorry. I know what's up. My one program doesn't let Discord hotkeys work, so I stop that. There we go, now it's muted. So, entity, projectile, with a skull. Can entity destroy block? That's not interval. The Wither itself has a list of hard-coded blocks: bedrock, in portal frame, command blocks, repeating command blocks, chain command blocks, barrier blocks, structure blocks of different types, piston extensions, and end gateways that it cannot break. Everything else is up for grabs. There is a forged event I could override if I really cared about it, but I don't know what I'd do. I think I'm okay with it. If you want to go that route, have at it. At least for now. Maybe we'll fix it later, and this guy's getting annoying.
That was a very bad idea.
Okay, so
There's without a caution.
can't think of anything else. Can't push them. They're not entities like sand blocks, so you can't drop them on a torch or anything like that.
I know a lightning strike, but that's a 1 in 2 billion chance of it doing that.
Lightning strike doesn't break blocks though, does it? I've always seen it like in super flats, it just sets fire though.
No, that is a throwback from Minecraft early beta. They used to.
Oh, okay.
So people actually took iron blocks and stuck it on top of their roofs because it actually didn't explode iron. I'm being serious on that.
I don't know what else I need to test. I guess at this point, it is almost 10 o'clock here. So I probably need to get off here, but I will give it a thorough thinking overnight into tomorrow and see if there's anything else I can think of that, you know, that's just like a game-breaking thing. I know there's a few blueprints we need to add or remove. The whole power system, so what we were talking about earlier is we're probably just going to disable the conduits and the batteries for now. Leave the generators in. And then you can power the factory from that, the robot arm.
How about creeper explosion?
Should be the same in the TNT. I'll give it a try. Oh, difficulty hard. Yep, no impact. And then we'll even summon lightning bolts. Supercharged creeper explosions. Nope, no impact. Ah, of course the bagger can freaking delete it. Dang it. Bagger does whatever it wants.
A little bit.
I'll need to fix that one.
At the same time, that's going to be a higher tier vehicle.
Right, it's not really intended to be in right now. Because it's too OP. And this just makes it even more OP. Although at its speed, it's not going to be efficient to use to mine. Like you could pick it up, place it down, pick whatever, mine whatever's in front of you, and then pick it up. Because it's so stinking slow. Like you're not going to want to drive it around mining with it. Ready to go forward.
Seriously?
At this speed?
No, a blaze hit me in the middle of nowhere.
Oh. I hate it when they like lob a long shot at you like that. Let me do one more check here, not that. GitHub. The mod. Projects. Assembly table to verify the person has all the ingredients. Oh yeah, that would be useful.
What?
Make the assembly table actually consume the items that are in the ingredient list.
Oh, yeah.
And then I can do this one too sometime while I'm in there coding. The screen inserting into crates directly. Okay, so there's at least one, I'll say, fairly decent sized task for me to do to figure that one out. So I'll work on that sometime, maybe tomorrow night, maybe before or after work if I get a little bit of time, but no guarantees. Anyway, good night, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye,
Night, everyone.